God, no. Oh dear me. No, that's bad. I bought this new coffee and it's really not very good at all. Can't work out whether it's my machine or whether it's me or whether it's just the coffee. But no, I can't do that. That's absolutely awful. Roll VT. What's happening, guys? Dan Debenham here, and today we're talking a little bit more about titling inside Premiere Pro. And in this particular episode, what we're going to do is we're going to learn how to write titles onto a screen. So in a sort of travel vlog documentary style where the titling comes up on the screen, writes on itself. We're going to learn how to do that within Premiere Pro, and it's pretty simple, it's pretty quick, it's pretty easy. As the tutorials I try to do are all fairly easy tutorials, and try and get it across in a fairly easy manner if I can. So with that in mind, let's get into it. Okay, so now that we're into Premiere Pro and we've got our clip in place, what we're going to do is go to the text tool, and we're just going to type a title on there. I think for this one I'm just going to type in Chicago. What you need is a brush style font as well, which makes it look a little bit more like it's got a bit of a write on. We're going to center that, and we're going to just change the kerning slightly as well, which is down below that, which is VA on it, and we're just going to move that out a little bit, which just spaces the letters out a little bit more. So now that we've done that and we've got all that in place, what we're going to do, bear with me a second, I hate it when that happens. Okay, so we're back to the beginning there now. So basically we're going to change the colour to something a little bit brighter. That just allows us to see what we're doing while we're actually making this effect and we're getting it all right and ready. Make sure we're at the beginning of the clip, and then we're going to go up to New, File, and then Transparent Video. We're going to stick a transparent video across the top of the titling we've just done, and we're going to extend it out just away, just to give us enough space to be able to do this effect, so we know we're not going to run out of space. So once we've done that, we can then just check to make sure that we've got everything in place. We're going to go to the transparent video and click on that, and then we're going to go up to our effects tab, and in there we're going to type in write on. Comes up under generate video effects. We're going to drag that, drop it onto the transparent video, and then we're going to go over to our effects control panel, and then we've got all the effects controls. Click on the write on. I'm going to change the brush size to somewhere around 20 for this particular piece. I'm going to change the brush spacing to 0.001, so that means there's no spacing between the brushes. And the stroke length is effectively the length of the animation that you want to create. So in my case, we'll just check on the timeline just to see how long I've extended it out to. It's roughly about 11 seconds. So I'm going to make mine 11 seconds, so I'm going to type 11 in there. And as you can see from the video, there is a little white dot in the middle. That is your brush. Now, it needs to make sure that that brush is wider than the widest part of a letter of your text. So in this case, I'm going to use the top of the A and the top of the H, because they seem to be the widest parts, which are going to cover in one single stroke. So I'm going to need to make it slightly bigger. So we're going to go up to the brush size, and I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger than the text itself. And I'm just going to check that. Now if I grab it and drag it, I can just check to make sure it does cover the whole of the area, and it's going to do that when I write it on, which is fine. I think that should be okay. So from that point, we're going to go to write on. We're going to click brush position, and then we're going to make sure we're in front of our timeline, and then we've got our dot in show, and then we'll click write on again, and we're going to drag it to the beginning. If we drag the corner of it, we're going to drag the beginning of the big first letter of our title. Now from this point on, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be moving along one frame at a time. So I'm going to hit that right arrow key and then move it up, hit the right arrow key again, and then move it up, hit the right arrow key again, and then move it around. And I'm going to draw across the whole of the text, each letter at a time. Bear in mind, you need to think roughly how you would sort of write this text on if you were writing it with a pen, because it needs to kind of follow, not exactly, it doesn't have to exactly follow that, but it does need to kind of follow that sort of way of doing it so it looks like it's been written on. I'm not going to make you sit through all this, so what I'm going to do is we'll just speed this up a little bit just so that you're not having to sit through me doing one frame at a time. Okay, so now that's done, we can go back to the beginning. As you can see, it's written across the whole lot. It looks messy, etc., and that's fine, that's not a problem. We're going to click off that, we're going to type track, and that means that will bring up what's a track mat key in the keying. I'm going to drag that onto the actual title itself, so that's the word Chicago, not the transparent video. I'm going to go down to the bottom of that, and we're going to find track mat key, and we're going to get to mat, and we're going to click video 3, because that's what the transparent video is. We're going to actually mat this out so that you can't see the write on, but it's basically putting a matte keyframe across the top of this titling. And as you can see, it writes it on. It's still not right though, because where I've started it off, I'm going to change it to white so you can see it. Where I've started it off, there is still a little bit of that C showing right at the very beginning. So in order to amend that, what we're going to do is we're going to go up to the effects control panel, and I think what we'll do is we will get rid of the track mat key altogether, and then we'll go back to, we can see that we've got our dot back again, go back to transparent video, click right on, and we'll just grab the edge of it and drag it down a little bit. And once it's dragged down, we'll go back to the track mat again. At the beginning, we can see it's still writing on, that's fine. So we'll go back to the track mat at the beginning, and we'll drag that back onto the Chicago word again, and then we'll go to the bottom, do the same procedure again, select video 3. It's still a very, very tiny bit. That was so unlucky. So I'm going to delete that, just do the whole process again. Click on write on, and then we're just going to drag it down a little bit further just to cover so that we know that it's writing on and it's all okay. So it's all, yep, still all doing that. So let's go back to Chicago, and let's grab the track mat key, drag that on, scroll to the bottom of our effects control panel, select video 3, and it's now entirely gone. What I'm going to do is just show that running. It needs rendering, as you can see from the red line. So what I might do is I might render that out just to show you how it looks. So if we grab that and render it, I'm not going to make you wait for all that to happen. I think what I'll do is I'll speed that up as well. So let's speed that up so that it's virtually done. And then as you can see, it starts writing on. It's a pretty amazing way of doing titling. It's really effective. I really like it. I do quite like that particular version of titling. I'll stick a link up here to a previous video that I did, which was giving away some titles within Premiere Pro, so that you can just drop them straight in, edit them, etc., etc., and away you go. This one is pretty easy to do, and it's a nice effect to have on your video. All these little things go to add up. They add up one after the other. Sound effects, titling, the way, the style, etc. that you shoot. They all add up to make your video look absolutely amazing. And it's all these little things that professionals use in order to evoke a particular feeling. It's very, very effective, and it's something that I would advocate using every single time if possible. So with that, I hope you did enjoy it. Do please like and subscribe below if you did enjoy and you thought this tutorial was useful. Smash the bell button, the subscribe, etc., etc., etc. And I will see your smiling faces next week.